All right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name's Nicole, and welcome back to our English class. We are continuing on in our business English series, following our recent discussions on topics ranging from effective meeting strategies to understanding legal and compliance terminologies. We now turn our attention to a cornerstone of modern business, which is on customer relationship management or CRM vocabulary. In today's session, we will be focusing on the key vocabulary associated with CRM or customer relationship management. As many of you know, CRM encompasses the strategies, the technologies, and practices that organizations employ to manage and analyze customer interactions and data throughout the entire customer life cycle. So, a strong grasp of CRM terminology is really vital for professionals like you across various departments, including sales, marketing, and even customer service, as well as anyone whose role involves engaging with clients. Now, our objective this evening is just to clearly define and illustrate the application of essential CRM terms. We will explore concepts related to lead management, customer engagement, sales processes, customer support, and many, many more, which is within CRM systems and the systems themselves. By the end of our session, you should feel more confident in discussing CRM strategies, interpreting any kind of related reports, and communicating effectively with colleagues regarding customer relationships. To begin with, of course, let's delve into the initial stages of customer engagement by examining the vocabulary associated with identifying and managing potential um, customer experience essentials. Okay, let's start with the fundamentals or the basics or what we call the essentials. Customer experience essentials. Starting with customer satisfaction. The term customer satisfaction. Now, this is how happy customers are with the product or service. Basically, it is a measure of the degree of which a customer's expectations regarding a company's product, your services, and your overall experience. All of those things have been met or exceeded. So that is customer satisfaction. Now, it is really a critical metric for businesses as it directly impacts customer retention, which will be discussed later on. So, it could also impact the brand loyalty and, of course, the profitability. It is often measured through surveys, through feedback forms, or even customer reviews, usually. Now, understanding the drivers of customer satisfaction, such as the product quality, the service responsiveness, and the ease of interaction, it allows your company to identify areas for improvement and enhance the overall customer experience. So high customer satisfaction, it can lead to positive word of mouth marketing and a stronger competitive advantage, of course. So you usually use this when analyzing the results of customer surveys or feedbacks or overall reviews, or when you are trying to discuss strategies to improve the happiness of customers or the satisfactions of the customers with your company's product or your company's services. Or you can also use this when you're just trying to report on key performance indicators related to customer experience. Now, looking at the pronunciation wise, this is a two-word term with customer satisfaction, 7 syllables all in all. So let's start with the first word, customer. Okay, so here we have this one, customer. Of course, it starts with the letter K sound, and then it is then followed by that one. So that one, it means, it's a short, quick, unstressed vowel sound, like a schwa sound. Just like this one, That's what we call a schwa sound, the upside down E. So it's quick, it's unstressed, and usually relaxed vowel sound. You say it quickly as much as possible, but not too quick. Okay? And it's usually not stressed, of course. Now, so this is customer, customer, again, customer. The stressed syllable here would be on the first syllable, which is cos. So you say customer. Again, customer. All right. So this is customer. Next, we move on with satisfaction. Satisfaction. So you start, of course, with a hissing sound, which is letter S. And then you follow it with a short vowel sound. So this is a short vowel sound. And then, of course, letter T. And then a short E sound. And another hissing sound, letter S sound. And then, of course, you do that. You just follow all these things which are transcribed in the IPA way. So this is an IPA transcription of the pronunciation of a word or a term or a phrase. Now, this one, I'm just going to focus on the symbols or the letters that you might be unfamiliar with, like this one. So that one is a symbol for the SH sound, the sh sound. So this is how you try to transcribe, IPA transcribe the SH sound of a word. Now, do we have an SH sound on satisfaction? Yes, we do, with the last syllable, shon. Okay, which is in the spelling, it is spelled out as Tion. And as you remember in our previous discussions, when we see a spelling of Tion in a word, it is usually spoken as or pronounced as shon. Okay, shon. So it starts with a letter, no letter, but it starts with the sound of an SH. So shon. And the one I highlighted, the one you see on the screen, that is a symbol, IPA symbol for SH sound. Okay, following the SH sound, of course, the vowel sound here is still a schwa sound, which means, again, a quick, unstressed, and usually relaxed vowel sound. Okay, and of course you end with letter N, a nasal sound. So this word is, again, you say it as satisfaction. Now the stressed syllables or syllables here would be on the first and third syllables, which are sat and faction. So satisfaction, again, satisfaction. All right. So that is customer satisfaction. Moving on to the second term, which is customer journey. Again, customer journey. So this is the path a customer takes when interacting with a business. So basically, this is the complete sequence of interactions and experiences a customer has with a company across all touch points, from initial awareness and consideration to purchase, to usage, and to post-purchase engagement. So all those things, that is the path chosen by the customer. So you try to map the customer journey, which is very valuable thing that you do, a valuable exercise for the businesses, your company, to gain a holistic understanding of the customer experience from the customer's perspective. Because if you try to visualize their journey, your company can identify pain points, opportunities for improvement, and also key moments of truth that significantly impact customer perception. So you try to understand the customer journey, as it allows you for a more customer-centric approach, which is very important in a business because we get the profit from the customer, right? So yeah, we try to be customer-centric. We try to do that kind of approach to business strategy, and it helps in optimizing interactions at each stage to enhance satisfaction and loyalty. Okay? All right. Pronunciation wise, there's still two words in this term. Okay, let's start with customer. Or let's just skip that because I've already discussed it earlier for the first term, right? Customer satisfaction. But yeah, let's just a quick review only. Now in customer, there's all the vowels are quick and stressed and relaxed pronounced pronunciation for all the vowels in customer. Okay, you just say it how it looks like in the IP transcription. So this is customer. The stressed syllable here again is on the first syllable, cos. So this is customer. The second word is journey. Again, journey. So this one, that one is the letter J sound. Okay, the J sound. That is how we IPA transcribed the letter J sound. Okay, so that is the letter J sound, and then it is followed with a long O sound, and then just copy how the last syllable sound. Yeah, the last syllable sounds. So this is journey. Again, journey. So it ends with a short E vowel sound. Again, this is journey. All in all, the term is customer journey. Again, customer journey. Both terms, their stressed syllables are placed on the first syllable. So you put slightly more emphasis on cos and jor. So customer journey. But you hear overall, the overall term, you try to put more emphasis on the word journey. Okay? So because that's what we're trying to highlight here. That is customer journey. All right. Next, we have touch point. Again, touch point, one word. This is any place where a customer interacts with a business. Basically, it is any specific point of contact or interaction between a customer and a business, whether it occurs before, it occurs during, or even after a purchase. So that's a touch point. These are the various channels. Again, these are the moments where a customer engages with a company. These can include a company's website, for example, social media platforms, physical stores, customer service interactions, like those interactions that are done on a phone, emails, or even chats. So these also include advertisements, product packaging, and even word of mouth referrals. So if you try to effectively manage and optimize each touch point, you get to create a seamless and positive customer experience. So that is really crucial. That is essential. So consistency and quality across all touch points, it builds trust and contribute to customer satisfaction and loyalty. So that is touch point. All right. Pronunciation wise, this is a first or not the first word, but the one word only. There's two syllables here. So lesser syllables, basically. So touch point. All right, for a moment. You start with the letter T sound, and then this one, a short, quick, unstressed vowel sound. And what was this? This is something that we are not really that familiar. You might be unfamiliar with. So let's focus on that. So this is a CH sounds IP symbol. Okay, remember that is the symbol, the IP symbol for a CH sound, because we have a CH sound here, right? The ch sound, which is almost in the middle, the last part of the first syllable. Touch, ch, ch. That's the CH sound. And this is how you, and this is the symbol for that particular sound. So it's like T plus F. Can you see it clearly for a moment? Let me try to adjust the font so that you can clearly see it. All right. Okay, so that's CH sound. It basically has it's basically the same with SH sound, but adds a letter T with it. Okay? Because this alone, that let almost that letter looking that letter F looking symbol without the middle line, that's a already an SH sound, right? If you remember this one. So it looks the same, but for CH sound, there's just a letter T behind or before it. Okay? All right. So this one. Now let's focus on another unfamiliar symbol. Now this one, on the second syllable point, or second syllable point, there's a diphthong sound here, oi. So what do we mean by diphthong again? This is a sound which is produced by a vowel sound smoothly gliding to another vowel sound. In here, our diphthong is oi, which is the middle sound for point. Okay, so this is again touch point. Touch point. The stressed syllable here is the first syllable, touch. So you say it as touch point. Again, touch point. Next, we have retention. Retention. This is keeping customers for a long time. It's the ability of a company to keep its existing customers engaged and continuing to purchase its products or services over a sustained period. So that's customer retention. I mentioned that earlier on the first word, I think. But yeah, this is customer retention. But let's just focus on retention. As I've mentioned earlier, as from its simple meaning, it's really important to have customer retention. It's a key driver of long-term profitability, because if you retain customers, if your retained customers are really consistent or are really loyal to you because they are retained customers, they often spend more in your product, in your service, and they are less expensive to serve and are more likely to refer others, of course, word of mouth. So high retention rates indicate strong customer loyalty and satisfaction. Pronunciation wise, retention. Okay, you start with the first syllable re, which has a short e vowel sound, and then ten, which has still a short e sound, and you end with tion, which sounds like shun. Okay, shun with a schwa sound. So this is retention. Again, retention. One more time, retention. Okay, all right. Lastly, we have loyalty, a very familiar term. Loyalty is when customers keep coming back to a business, to your company, to your service, to, how do you call that, to attain or to purchase, not purchase, but there's a word for that, but yeah, something of that sort, to get your services or your products, company's products, something like that. So that is loyalty. Again, loyalty. This is the tendency of customers to repeatedly choose and purchase from a particular company, like your company, for example, over its competitors due to positive experiences, also trust, and a strong connection within the brand. So customer loyalty, it goes beyond more repeat purchases. It involves a deeper emotional connection and a willingness to advocate for the brand. Okay? So it's more genuine. It's more genuine feeling. That's loyalty. Now, pronunciation wise, loyalty. Again, loyalty. Now, loyalty, we have a diphthong sound here. This one. For a moment, let me adjust the font because might not be good. Yeah. All right. This one, that one, oi, still oi. That's a diphthong, right? Okay, well, no, we know what's a diphthong already. So that's loy, oi. Oi is the diphthong, and it is part of the first syllable, loyalty. Loy. So loyalty, we have a short, quick unstressed vowel sound here, and then just say the last syllable exactly how it looks like. Okay, loyalty. Again, this is loyalty. One more time, loyalty. All right. That's the last term for customer experience essentials. We have customer satisfaction, customer journey, touch point retention or customer retention, and lastly, loyalty. Now, to check if you're following with me, of course, it's time to practice. Let's have a quick practice drill. Now, here, I just want you to read the sentence with me. As I'm reading the sentence, you should also be reading the sentence in your own comfortable spaces there. Okay? All right. Let's start with customer satisfaction. The company surveys customers regularly to measure customer satisfaction. Next, customer journey. Mapping the customer journey helps businesses understand where they can improve. Next, touch point. Every interaction with a brand is a touch point that can influence the customer experience. Retention. Customer retention is key to maintaining long-term profitability. And lastly, loyalty. Companies build loyalty by offering rewards for repeat purchases. All right? Okay. Let's immediately move on to another set of words, which is on CRM tools and engagement terms, starting with CRM software. Again, CRM software. Just to review, CRM, again, it means customer relationship management. Okay? All right. So going back, let's start with CRM software. It is a program used to manage customer information. Basically, it is a comprehensive software application designed to help businesses organize, automate, and synchronize sales, marketing, customer service, and technical support, all those things. It's a program. It acts as a central hub for managing all customer interactions and data. It typically includes features such as contract management, those lead tracking, those sales pipeline management, marketing campaign automation, all those things. So you try to provide a unified view of the customer and you can do that with CRM software as it enables businesses to improve customer relationships. It enhances customer satisfaction and even drive revenue growth. Pronunciation wise, for the first word, we're just gonna say how these particular letters are pronounced. So this is C with a short E vowel sound, R with a long A sound, and M with a short E sound. Okay? CRM. Again, CRM. Then software. Software. So you start with a hissing sound and then followed by a long O sound. Not O, but O. So software. And then you just follow how it looks like. This one, you just follow what it looks like. There's a short vowel sound here. So this is again CRM software. Again, CRM software. Next, marketing automation. This is using technology to perform marketing tasks automatically. Now, the use of software and web-based services to execute, manage, and automate marketing tasks and workflows, that's the part of marketing automation. It often involves repetitive actions such as email campaigns, social media scheduling, and lead nurturing. So marketing automation, it really helps businesses streamline their marketing efforts, their personal customer communications at scale. You do that and improve efficiency. Okay, pronunciation wise, we have marketing automation. So for the first word, marketing. So marketing. So here, let's just focus on something we are unfamiliar with. You might be unfamiliar with, which is this one, the last sound of marketing. What's the last sound of a marketing? It's the sound. Again, sound, which is a nasal sound. So this is how so this is the symbol for that particular sound in IPA, which looks like a letter N, but with a tail. Okay, so that's marketing automation. No, marketing only. So there's a short E vowel sound here. Marketing. And then for automation, so you do that. Automation, there's schwa sounds, And then we focus on diphthong here, which is A. The one I highlighted right now, that's a diphthong sound. And then again, we have a T-I-O-N, T-I-O-N, shun. Okay, so this is again marketing automation. Next, we have lead generation. Again, lead generation. So you find potential customers who are interested in a product. Now, lead generation, it usually involves in the multifaceted process of identifying, attracting, and capturing the interest of potential customers or the leads. So those are people who are likely to become paying customers for a company's product or services. So that is lead generation. Pronunciation wise, we have the first word lead, which has a long E vowel sound. Lead. How do you recognize if the vowel sound are long? In the IP transcription, you see a colon beside the vowel sound or beside the vowel. So here, the letter I or E, if you pronounce it, there's a colon beside it. So that's a long E vowel sound. Lead generation. Okay, I think it's very familiar. This one again is the letter J sound. Then it's followed by short E. So this one is a diphthong, A. And then of course T-I-O-N, T-I-O-N, shun. Again, this is lead generation. Again, lead generation. Next, we have segmentation. Again, segmentation. It's dividing customers into groups to target them better. It's segmentation. It's the strategic practice of dividing a company's overall customer base into smaller, more homogeneous groups, like segments, what we call segments. It's based on shared characteristics such as demographics, psychographics, behaviors, needs, or purchasing patterns, something like that. So that's segmentation. You try to segment each customers, a group of customers. So we do that. Now, pronunciation wise, you start with a hissing sound followed by a short S sound. Seg. Again, segmentation. Now, we focus on the last two syllables, stay, which has clearly a diphthong sound. What's the diphthong sound here? It's still A. And then lastly, T-I-O-N, T-I-O-N, shun. So this is segmentation. Segmentation with a short and relaxed E sound. Okay, so segmentation. And lastly, we have campaign tracking. This is checking how well a marketing campaign is doing. Basically, it's a systematic process of monitoring, of measuring, and analyzing the performance of marketing campaigns across various channels to, evaluate their effectiveness in achieving specific goals, such as lead generation or sales conversions or, brand awareness overall. Now, that is campaign tracking. Pronunciation-wise, we start with come, which is the first syllable, which has a short, quick, and stressed vowel sound, or the schwa sound, the upside down E here. And then starts, and we do the second syllable, pain. So there's a schwa sound, and not the schwa sound, but a diphthong sound here, A. So A, pain, okay? And lastly, we have tracking. There's a short vowel sound here. And then you end with a nasal sound, NG sound, or ng sound, which is, so for this one, we have already discussed the different terms. Some of the commonly used CRM tools and engagement terms. We have CRM software, marketing automation, lead generation, segmentation, and campaign tracking. All right, with that, it's time to practice, everyone. Let's do a quick practice drill. Same pattern, same process. I just want you to read the whole sentence with me. I'm reading it, and you're also reading it at your own comfortable spaces. All right. First, CRM software. Again, CRM software. The CRM software we use helps us track all customer interactions in one place. Marketing automation. Marketing automation allows us to send personalized messages to customers at the right time. Lead generation. Effective lead generation strategies can help you attract potential clients. And segmentation of customers based on their buying habits enables more targeting marketing, targeted marketing. And lastly, campaign tracking. Campaign tracking is essential to understand which advertisements are considered as wrong. So that's campaign tracking. All right, let's move on immediately with another set of words, which is on sales and conversion vocabulary, starting with conversion rate. Again, conversion rate, which is the percentage of people who take the action you want. So it is a key metric that measures the percentage of users or leads who complete a desired action, such as making a purchase, signing up for a newsletter, or filling out a form. It's calculated, as much as you remember, it's calculated by dividing the number of conversations by, not conversations, but conversions. Sorry, I stand corrected. Number of conversions by the total number of users or leads and multiplying by 100. That's how you try to, you know, um, math it or solve it, your conversion rate. Now, next to this is its pronunciation. Pronunciation wise, we start with con, which has a schwa sound, ver, which has an s sound, long s sound, conversion. Shon, so not Tion, but now it's as Ion, which also still sounds like Shon. Okay? And lastly, we have rate, which is a diphthong, clearly a diphthong sound in the middle. So that is conversion rate. Again, conversion rate. Next, sales pipeline. Again, sales pipeline. This is the stages a customer goes through before buying. So, it a sales pipeline, it's a visual representation of the different stages a potential customer goes through from initial contact to becoming a closed deal. So that's sales pipeline. Sorry for that. Now, pronunciation wise, let's start with sales. So it has a diphthong sound here. What's the diphthong here? It's a. Sales, a, sales. And then you end with a buzzing sound, which is the letter Z sound, which is the voiced sound. Sales pipeline. Now there is a clear diphthong sound here, I sound. So that's how you pronounce the first syllable of pipeline, which is pipe, which has a clear diphthong sound. As well as in line 2, there is a diphthong sound here. Same diphthong sound, I. Okay, so this is again sales pipeline. Again, sales pipeline. Third, upselling. This is trying to sell more expensive or additional items to customers. You try to do that. Selling more expensive or additional items to customers. That's upselling. Pronunciation wise, you start with up, which has a short, quick, and first vowel sound, and then selling, which has a short S sound and an NG sound, or the nasal sound. So that is upselling. Fourth term is cross-selling. Again, cross-selling. So this is suggesting related products to customers to increase sales. This is basically a sales technique where a salesperson recommends complementary or related products or services to a customer who is already purchasing something. That's cross-selling. Okay? You try to use this when discussing strategies to increase the number of items sold per transaction. That's not transaction. So that's upselling. Pronunciation-wise, you start with up, which is a quick short vowel sound, and then selling, which has a short S sound and followed by an L sound, which is also followed by a short A sound, and lastly an NG sound or ng sound. Okay, so that is upselling. Next, fourth is cross-selling. Again, cross-selling. Basically, this is suggesting related products to customers to increase sales. That's cross selling. So you do that. A cross selling is a sales technique where a salesperson recommends complementary or related products or services to a customer. Okay, that's cross selling. So pronunciation wise, of course, you start with O sound, but cross selling. You sound so tired. You might sound so tired when you say this. Cross selling, okay? So O here is, I think you're well familiar with it already, but it's not O, but it's O. That's how you try to say this O sound, okay? O. Oh, it's not full, but it's not also, but it's still there. So that is cross selling. Again, cross selling. We've already talked about selling already in the previous discussions. So that we can have the mannequin first for the meantime. Not mannequin, but not mannequin. Or where did it come from? But yeah, cross selling, not mannequin. I'm sorry. Don't know where that come from, but yeah, I'm talking about selling, which also sounds still the same with upselling. Okay, with the start a syllable that starts with the letter S sound followed by a short S sound, and then L sound, short E sound, and then NG sound. Okay, sound. So that's cross selling. Lastly, we have close the deal. Again, close the deal. This is completing a sale by getting the customer to agree to buy. So you do that, close the deal. You usually do this as a final stage. I'm sorry, as a final stage. Um, as a final stage of the sales process where the salesperson secures the customer's commitment to purchase the product or service. It involves overcoming any remaining objections and finalizing the transaction. That's close the deal. That's an example of close the deal. Okay? So pronunciation wise, close the first word and also the first syllable, close. There is clearly a diphthong sound in the middle. This one. Oh, so that's a diphthong sound. And then you end with a buzzing sound, letter Z sound. Okay. And then for the, now look at this one for a moment. Let me try to adjust the font for you to see it better. All right. I'm sorry. So this one I highlighted, that one, that's the voiced TH sound. There's two versions of TH sound, right? The voiced, which an example of this is the, and then voiceless th sound, where an example of this is Beth, something like that. Beth, theta, all those things, which is equal to unstressed vowel. I know unstressed th sound. Okay, so close the deal. And for the last word, yeah, last syllable. I mean, you have a long e vowel sound. So close the deal. Again, close the deal. So that is for sales and conversion vocabulary. We have conversion rate, sales pipeline, upselling, cross-selling, close the deal. And with that, it's time to practice. Same pattern, same process. It's still very quick. Let's start immediately with conversion rate. Our conversion rate has increased by 15% since we improved our website's new interface. Next, sales pipeline. Okay, let me check if my slide is okay. Yeah, it's all good. Sales pipeline. The sales pipeline includes several stages: prospecting, qualification, and closing the deal. Upselling. During the checked out process, the salesperson suggested upselling a premium version of the product. Cross-selling. It allows to offer customers related products they may need. And close the deal. He was able to close the deal with the client after a series of negotiations. Okay, let's immediately move on. Those are again, those are the terms for sales and conversion vocabulary. Now let's have CRM metrics and strategies. Starting with the word KPI. Again, KPI for a moment. All right. That's KPI. So here, um, pronunciation wise, KPIs, you you basically just say each letter KPI. I being a diphthong sound alone. So keep KPIs. Letter Z sound at the background, buzzing sound, KPIs. So again, this is KPIs. Next is customer lifetime value. Again, customer lifetime value, which is a bit longer. This is key measures of how well a business is performing. That's customer lifetime value. Okay. All right. Pronunciation wise, customer lifetime value. Well, we're already familiar with customer, right? Where the stress level is on cost. Then there's a schwa sound there. So customer. And then lifetime. Lifetime. Life is the first syllable with a diphthong middle sound. I. And then next to that is lifetime. As well as time. There's also a clear diphthong sound here. Okay? All right. That's customer lifetime value. Next, we have churn rate. The number of customers who stop using a service. That's churn rate. Okay? We do not this is just basically a how do you call that? Percentage of customers who cease using a company's products or services within a specific time of period. That is customer, or not customer, but where am I again? Um, customer lifetime value. So this is the percentage of customers who cease using the products of the company or their services. So that's churn rate. It's a critical indicator of customer satisfaction and retention. Pronunciation wise, let's start with customer, where we're familiar with that already. Lifetime. Yeah, we've already talked about that, and then we end with value, right? So these, for the last word, it has a short vowel sound, and then you end with, oh my god, sorry. Where am I? Yeah, this one. Now this one, the letter J, for you to not be confused, the letter J here in the IP transcription, that is the sound, that is the symbol for the sound of, for the Y sound. Letter Y sound. So it's transcribed as letter J. Okay? All right. For you just not to be confused, because I know that some of you might look at the IP transcription as a guide, especially when you're already familiar with this. But yeah, that is customer lifetime value. Okay? Next, churn rate. Churn rate. Wait, I've already mentioned this one. This is the number of customers who stop with using a service. Okay, that's churn rate. This is yeah, that's churn rate. You usually do this when reporting on customer attrition or retention, or when analyzing the reasons why customers are leaving, or when setting targets for customer retention and reducing customer loss. Okay, churn rate. Again, churn rate. Pronunciation wise, you start with the CH sound, which is on the symbol, this one, with a letter T before uh, looking a symbol that is looking like an F letter, but without the line in the middle. Okay, so that one, sorry, let me highlight it for you. That one is a CH sound. Okay, CH sound. So churn rate. So here it's a long vowel sound, and then this one are, or is considered as a consonant cluster, consonant blunt sound. Okay, so for that's churn. For the second word, there is a, how do you call that? There is a diphthong sound. Okay, diphthong sound. A. Sorry, A is a diphthong sound. So this is again churn rate. Again, churn rate. Next is customer segmentation. I think we've already talked about this one. Yeah, I think we've already talked about this one. Let's just try to skip this. It's not customer segmentation, but segmentation, but just segmentation. So let's just try to skip that because it has the same idea. Grouping customers based on their behavior or needs. It's customer segmentation. All right, sorry for that. Next, we have customer retention rate. This is the percentage of customers who stay with the business. That is customer retention rate. Pronunciation wise, we're familiar with customer already, so let's not delve down. Let's not delve deeper on that. And then I know, retention. We've already talked about retention. Oh no, it's still the same with earlier. Customer retention rate. So let's just try not to delve deeper on this. Okay? All right. So for CRM metrics and strategies, we've talked about KPIs, customer lifetime value, churn rate, customer segmentation, and customer retention rate. Next, yeah, it's time to practice. So we will be having a practice drill, same pattern, same process. I just want you to read the sentence with me. Starting with KPIs. KPIs such as customer retention rates are essential for measuring the success of our energy. Customer lifetime value. By improving our customer lifetime value, we can ensure greater revenue over time. Churn rate. A high churn rate indicates that many customers are leaving our service. Customer segmentation. Customer segmentation helps businesses target specific groups with customized offers. Next. No, yeah. All right, so that is all for the um, previous set of prayers. Okay, all right, our terms. All right, let's immediately hop into the next set of words, which is on customer support and service. Again, customer support and service. Starting with ticketing system. Again, ticketing system. This is a system for tracking customer service requests. This is a system for tracking customer service requests. So that is, again, that is ticketing system. All right. This is, it's a software tool which is used by customer support teams to manage and organize customer inquiries and issues. That's customer ticketing. I think we're familiar with this. Okay, we've used this on our own also. So it is, each support request is assigned a unique ticket number, for following ups, for follow ups. So it allows agents to track progress, to prioritize tasks, and to ensure timely resolution. So you try to use this when discussing the software used for managing customer support and to ensure there's a timely resolution. Okay, that's ticketing system. All right, pronunciation wise, we start with ticketing, which is, as you've observed, I mentioned or I pronounced or I say the word a little bit quicker. Okay, so here you can really see on the IP transcription that all the vowel sounds here are short E vowel sounds. Okay, so that's ticketing, ticketing. So you just have it has for this particular word, the pattern is that there's a consonant sound followed by a short E vowel sound, another consonant sound followed by another another short E vowel sound, and then consonant sound, and another short E vowel sound, and then it ends with a nasal sound or an NG sound. Okay, so that's ticketing. System, it also has a short E vowel sound, especially in the first syllable. System. Now, still a short, quick, unstressed vowel sound because it uses a schwa sound. Let's add that upside E on the second syllable for the second word. That one, I know. Yeah, that one. Upside down E. That's a short, quick, unstressed vowel sound. It's a schwa sound, okay? as if you can remember what I said earlier. Now this is again ticketing system. Next to this is SLA. Again, SLA. So this is a promise about the level of service a customer will get. Now SLA, just for you to, if you're familiar with it, it's good. If you're not, SLA, it stands for Service Level Agreement. Again, SLA stands for Service Level Agreement. It is a contract or agreement between a service provider and a customer that defines the expected level of service. It includes metrics such as response time, resolution time, and uptime guarantees. Okay, that's SLA for you. Service level agreement. That's SLA. Now you try to use this when discussing the agreed upon standards for service delivery. So, of course, the tone you use in this is business oriented, it's contractual, it's defining service standards. That's tone. You can use that. Now, it's very easy. The way you pronounce this word or this term is you just say, you just pronounce how each letter is pronounced. You just say how each letter is pronounced. So this is SLA. S with a short S sound, still with a short S sound, L, and then lastly A is a diphthong sound. Okay? So this is SLA. All right, following this is feedback. Again, feedback. This is the comment. This is the comment or comments from customers about their experience on your service or in your product. That's feedback. So it refers to the opinions, the comments, and suggestions provided by customers regarding their interactions with the company's products, services, or just an overall experience. So it is a valuable information for identifying areas of satisfaction and dissatisfaction from the customers. Okay, so that's feedback. Again, feedback. All right, pronunciation wise, here you see a colon beside an E sound, right? So that is a long E sound here. And then for the second syllable, the vowel sound is short. So this is feedback. Again, feedback. The stressed syllable is on feed. So again, this is feedback. One more time, feedback. Next to this is help desk. Again, help desk. It is a team that assists with technical problems or questions. That's a help desk. Again, help desk. So it is a team. It is a department, maybe with an it is a department within an organization that provides technical support and assistance to customers or internal users who are experiencing problems or or have questions related to products, to your services, or to your systems. So you try to identify what kind of, I'm sorry for that. You try to identify, where is it? What was it I mentioned again? Help desk. So you try to, what do you call that? So that is feedback. You try to use this when referring to a support team for technical issues. Right. That's the thing that I forgot. Yeah, the relationship between you and another colleague. So that's what I'm trying to say earlier. But yeah, let's not delve on that. That's not really the importance. That's not really the highlight of this one. Is that important? For this one, it's help desk. Pronunciation wise, we have included a short S sound, so help. And then desk still with a short S sound. Okay? So this is help desk. Again, help desk. So both help and desk, it both ends with a consonant cluster. For help, we have oop. But yeah, when we try to say consonant cluster, consonant blend, um, we pair two consonants. Now you know each consonant or even each letter, all in all, has different pronunciation, so it might get easily targeted, easily trapped because um what am I trying to say? Yeah, all right. What am I trying to say? Where did I get that word? But yeah, help desk. Help desk. One more time. Help desk. So this is when offering to a support team for technical issues, you try to say that word. You can, if it's relevant, if it's necessary. All right. It's help desk. And lastly, we have escalation. Again, escalation. So it is passing a customer issue to a higher level of for resolution. That is escalation. So you pass a customer issue to a higher level of resolution. And here, escalation is the process of transferring a customer's issue or complaint to a more senior or, you know, how do you call that? Senior or specialized support team member of the department when the initial support level is unable to receive it or resolve it. I mean, so that is escalation, passing a customer issue to a higher level for retention. So, IP transcription. We have escalation, a short S sound, and then followed by a consonant cluster or blend, letter S and K, and then a schwa sound. Next to that is a stone with a letter L on your mind. Okay, so that is escalation. After the letter L is A, which is a diphthong sound. Escalation. Now here there is Tion, shun. Again, this is escalation. So for customer support and service, we've talked about ticketing system, SLA, feedback, help desk, and escalation. Okay? All right. So with that, we of course have to practice these terms, starting with ticketing system. The ticketing system automatically assigns customer queries to the appropriate support agent. SLA promises that issues will be resolved within 24 hours. Next, feedback. Customer feedback help us make improvements to our products. If you encounter any help desk, if you encounter any issues, please contact our help desk for assistance. And lastly, escalation. If the issue cannot be resolved quickly, it will be escalated for the damage loan. No, escalated to the manager or a higher resolution, right? Okay, so that's a higher resolution. All right, that is on escalation, which is on, yeah, which is the last part of what's the headline. It's under customer support and services. And that will be also the last term for the day. Okay? All right. All right. So, those are the things that we've talked about. And that brings us basically just the end of our session on Business English series, um, specifically on customer relationship management or CRM vocabulary. So this is the last part of our series on business English. I hope this has provided you with a valuable understanding of the not key important, but key terms and concepts in this important um, area of business. Okay? All right. So this also marks the completion of our Business English series. It has been a rewarding experience assisting you, everyone, through these, various, how do you call that? Through these various aspects of professional communication. I trust that the knowledge you have brought and vocabulary gained will serve very equal, and um, we try to be really knowledgeable on these terms, okay? Because it's very important to you. All right. So I trust that the knowledge and vocabulary gained will serve you well in your future endeavors. I hope that. Okay. All right. Thank you for your participation, everyone, and also engagement throughout the series. Thank you for that. So I wish you continued success in all your professional interactions. Have a great rest of your evening. Goodbye.